Everybody sing now. We'll sing Heyo, 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 yo, hey, hey, yo, hey, hey, yo. We'll sing Heyo, 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 yo, hey, hey, yo, hey, hey, yo. We'll sing Heyo, 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 hey, hey, yo, hey, yo. We'll just smile and wave and sing Heyo. Heyo, Niagara! This is Rob Repos coming to you live from the 4680Q studios in Niagara Falls. Thursday, February 15th. I hope you all had a great Valentine's Day. Thanks for tuning in to episode 39. I'm here with one of my friends that I've known for about 7 years now, I think. He is the president and founder of Sessions on the River, singer-songwriter. Welcome to the studio, Chris Curry.
Hello, folks, and hello, Rob.
Hello.
Good morning.
Christopher for Curry, because we changed that not that long ago, right?
Right, it's either one.
Okay. I'm used to calling you Chris, so
Yeah.
you know, that's if I call you Chris, at least you know that I'm talking to you.
Yeah. I think I either met you at Taps or was it in Welland?
I'm glad you asked, because I remember I'm going to say 2017, you were doing an open mic at Sessions.
Oh, okay. Right.
And I had just come back into the music scene after being away for 20 plus years. And I remember having the drive there. I was by myself. I was nervous. You know, I just getting into a few open mics here and there, and rolled in, and you were very welcoming. You brought me in. You gave me a tour of the studio and took me around. And we did the open mic in the lounge area in the front.
Okay. Yeah.
At that time. So, and a lot has happened since then.
Oh, definitely.
So,
yeah, the open mic in the front's kind of a intimate kind of setting, right? Where you're kind of close, but when you go in the back, you're kind of separated from the kitchen table kind of thing.
yeah.
But in the back, it's got a nice atmosphere, of course. And
Beautiful. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely, that's a message.
nice.
Yeah. So what happens is, closer to the mic for you. So
Okay.
we're going. You're a very soft-spoken fella,
Yes,
so
yes, there we go.
that's better. So let's start with. I mean, are you originally from Fort Erie?
I'm from Kingston.
Kingston?
Born in Kingston.
Yeah.
My dad moved to Niagara Falls or St. Catharines. His job was in Niagara Falls when I was 11. Mm-hmm. So I grew up in St. Catharines.
Okay.
Went to public school, Bill Brock, Captain John DeQ,
Okay.
Oak Ridge, then Winston Churchill,
All right.
right by the Penn Center.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I grew up in St. Catharines, and I went to school in Toronto.
Yeah.
Somewhere along the lines, I met a girl. I ran away from her.
You ran away from
And
her?
I went to Crystal Beach in '96 to get away from her. And then I got laid off, and then someone says, you got to check out the studio in Fort Erie.
What year was that?
'96.
1996.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was unemployed, had no money. And then I went through a program where they would supplement my income, a little bit more than you would get unemployment. Mm-hmm. But I have to have a business plan. And that's how I started.
Okay.
I started renting the Sessions, which is, back then we called it Eclipse.
Eclipse, yeah.
Yeah.
1996. Yeah, I wrote and made a note about that.
Yeah, and we had hardly any gear. But, yeah, we just started. It was really busy back then, too.
Yeah.
The recording industry is totally different today than it is back then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the late 90s were booming for music
Yeah.
until the internet, I guess.
The internet.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, the internet, which was supposed to make everything better.
Right. It's a lot different for sure than it was back then. But 96 to 99 is when we tried, and we closed down in 96.
Right.
And then Blue Summit took over. And then they folded in 2003.
Okay.
And then my landlord came back and said, do you want to rent the studio again? I said, hell no.
I thought I read somewhere you were like, I'm getting the hell out of here and I'm never coming back.
That's right. I said, there's no way I'm coming back, right? So then I took a look at the place, and he kind of tore down it used to be a beautiful theater entrance with nice pillars and he kind of cut it down and made the front a little narrower.
Yeah.
There's actually dirt on the floor. Like he took down the front wall
Really?
and he cut down the cement, brought in these big cutters, diamond cutters. I said, Tony, what did you do to this place?
No
Like,
kidding.
wow. So I asked my mom, and she says, go for it. I said, oh, no. Because now the first year, I'm just lying in bed. How am I going to pay rent?
Yeah.
How am I going to pay hydro? And that was through my head for the first 10 years, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's not just you that's involved. There's a whole team of people, right?
Definitely. When we started up, we had Paul Brady, Lloyd McGuigan, Kevin Krez, doing renovations for a year, running wires, taking down walls, building floors, getting the vision ready, putting in windows and updoing the bathrooms
Yeah.
and we started running events with a temporary permit.
Yeah.
So we pay like $75 for a permit, 1 day insurance. And if you opened up a case of beer, you couldn't bring it back. Open
Yeah.
up a bottle of booze, you couldn't take it back, so you had to keep it.
Yeah.
So we did this for a couple of years, then we decided to get a liquor license
Yeah.
because it makes more sense to. And
Of course.
yeah.
Okay. And so, but there were still major renovations coming, and I know this happened not that long
Oh
ago
yeah,
again,
there's
right?
about 3 phases of
Three
renovation.
phases?
Yeah.
Okay.
One just get us going,
Mm-hmm.
and then we upgraded the front, new floors, new bathrooms,
Yeah.
and then
It's
we added
beautiful.
bathrooms upstairs.
Okay.
Because originally our capacity was 50, and what that means was we had to count people at the door. So that includes the band. So you have
Oh, boy.
5 people in the band, 5 production, including and the bartenders, right? So you got 10 people already.
Yeah.
So then you have now 40 people left.
Oh my gosh.
And sometimes you had to give VIPs. Now you're down to 10 or 30 people left to sell tickets to, right?
Right. Yeah.
So in order to increase our capacity, we had to add bathrooms. So now our capacity is 140 now, so we don't count people anymore.
140.
And 140 is quite a bit. We don't want 140 in there.
140 is a lot.
Yeah. 80's fine.
Yeah.
140 is a standing room.
No kidding.
Yeah.
And your staff is going crazy.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I saw. So what's Earth Sky Water Productions? What is that?
That's our corporation.
That's the corporation.
And we run our business center sessions on the river.
Okay. And you do all you because you've got a few albums out. You
Yeah.
do all your recordings there.
Of course. Yeah.
I would think.
Yep.
Yeah, and they sound amazing.
When on downtime, right? When I don't have any projects and when I have the inspiration, because that's a thing too. You can't.
It's
You
It's
get
not
to like the last couple of years, I've just been through a rut. I just have what's wrong.
you and me both, my friend.
What's wrong? I have nothing to complain about.
Yeah.
But I just don't feel like doing any recordings or just
Writing
going
or-
through the motions.
Yeah.
And there's no
Yeah.
reason for it.
What about what I mean? And then we went through COVID.
Right.
So that put a
That
freaking
was-
monkey wrench in stuff.
That was interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And how?
Because, people are always watching you, right? So I remember I bought 8 cases of beer, and I'm bringing it through the front door, and this lady was walking the dog, and she goes, "You're not supposed to be open.
Oh boy.
What are you doing?" I said, "I'm thirsty." Mind your business, right?
Yeah. No kidding.
There's no rules
the heck?
for me to buy beer.
It's my place. I can do what I
Yeah.
want. So just tell her we're not open.
Nope, I'm just thirsty.
Yeah. Perfect. That's funny. When did you let's go back in time a little
Sure.
bit. When did you originally get started in music? And when did you feel okay, I really want to do this?
When I guess I always wanted to be a hockey player, but I realized I can't do that. So when I was 16, we started up a band called Yuzum at Winston Churchill.
Called what?
Yuzum?
Yesm.
Young Urban Sex Maniacs.
Okay.
That was the name of our band. And so we ended up doing some recordings. I used to rent these 4 tracks, right? Whenever there's Easter or Christmas or Thanksgiving, my friends were out doing their thing, and I was renting recording gear and just recording. because I got a week, right?
Yeah.
So I rent the stuff for a week because you're busy, right? You're going to school, or you got extra activities going on. So that's how I got started. And then I got a job at the school doing AV for events that they did there in the theater. Winston Church had a nice theater.
Oh, nice.
Eventually, the AV guy let us have practice in the auditorium.
Nice.
Which is really cool.
Yeah, that's.
Okay. And then he gave me a key because he's goes, oh, just have a key. I don't feel like microphones for you and everything. So when I would take the microphones and wires back, I would fix up and clean up his office. So he's had no problems.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Right. So, yeah, we behaved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when did you start playing? Because you're a pianist.
Yeah. Probably just when I was 12.
Yeah.
Just kind of tinker a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I just started writing music.
Nice.
And I went to Humber College, not to learn jazz, but to learn theory, so that I could communicate with musicians, because my goal was to get into recording. But I needed to understand theory for musicians that come through and lead sheets and understanding.
Yeah, one of the things that I was seriously lacking, I couldn't grasp theory for the life of me.
I was terrible at it.
You know, I took guitar lessons for years and years and years, and but my theory, you know, when I first started, the place that I was taking, the academy that I was taking the music lessons at, we really didn't do theory. It was just learn it and learn how to play it. And then I went to the conservatory, and
like,
then all of a sudden,
chords and stuff, right?
Yeah. Now all of a sudden, I need to start actually knowing the notes and knowing the eighth notes, everything. And I couldn't do it. I remember my last score is 39%. I got.
Yep.
My last test.
I was terrible too. And I remember my teacher said one thing at Humber College, and it all came together. Like, that's it.
What's that?
One I can't remember. I can't remember. But it was just the one thing he said that everything made sense. Because I was like, I don't understand this. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
I still don't understand it. I'm going to college. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
It was I got low marks. All of a sudden, I was getting 90s.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Holy
but I started like you, like 50%, and so I'm gonna fail, right?
Yeah. Which, and I'll give the studio here a plug right now, because here at the studio 4680Q at 4609 on Chrysler, there's also the Niagara Institute of Music and Arts, where people can enroll to learn all types of different instruments. They have vocal lessons, piano, guitar, drums. So, I always make sure to let people know that get your children involved in music.
That's great.
Music makes the world go round.
I was always been asked if I wanted to teach, and I'm not a teacher for music. And that's it's great that there's people that can, that have the patience to teach.
Absolutely. It's definitely not something I would be able to do either.
I could probably coach sports. It's a little different, but teaching music is, I guess, it takes a certain individual.
You're a Leafs fan?
No. Did you say Leafs fan?
Leafs.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah. What do you mean you were?
Well,
you either are or you are.
I was, this is the first time I ever switched teams. I was brainwashed by my dad growing up, and he had me on his knee for every Leaf game. On the radio, if he's driving, he had it on the AM station. I watched a lot of Leaf fans. They traded Wendell Clark, and I was like, what are they doing? Wendell Clark, how could you trade him?
Yeah.
Right?
He was great.
And I moved out of the house in 94, and I felt sorry for the Devils here and there. Went to watch a game at my dad's house, and the Devils scored, and I cheered. I said, I guess I'm a Devils fan.
That's how it happened, folks.
Yeah, unfortunately. But I still cheer for the Leafs, obviously.
Yeah. And you're a 49ers fan, I believe, aren't you?
Saints.
Where did I get the 49ers from?
Yeah, I'm a Saints fan.
Yeah.
I went down to Mardi Gras in 1990.
Yeah.
And I didn't have an NFL team because my dad, of course, is CFL, Saskatchewan.
My dad, too. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Hi. Hey, hon. Just say good morning to all you, because I know they're all listening. My dad is a huge Habs fan. Everything Habs. In fact, yesterday was his birthday. Happy birthday again, Dad. And we got him chocolate. My brother got him a Habs pen. a pen with the Montreal. We've gotten him so much Canadian stuff. I just said that's it. And where's my hat? I have a Toronto Maple Leafs hat that I wore there, and I swore I wasn't going to take it off while we were there visiting last night. But he's also a CFL fan, and he watches NFL, but he'll watch CFL before he watches NFL.
Right? Is that Montreal Alouettes? Or do you know?
I don't know I don't know. Dad, send me a message. All right, what team are you? But I will say one thing, because we always have a Grey Cup party and we have a Super Bowl party.
Nice.
The Grey Cup party, I'm going to tell you something. Those games are phenomenal.
Yeah, they're crazy.
It's almost like a basketball, an NBA game where, the last 2 minutes, the score changes like 50 times.
Yep.
It's the same thing with the CFL, but it's fun to watch,
Definitely.
So, yeah.
I have a lot of great memories with my dad.
Yeah.
Scotch would come down to Hamilton and we'd go to those games.
Yeah.
Oski wee wee, Oski wawa.
Oski wawa, yeah. Yeah, the Tiger Cats. They had it again in Hamilton this year, which is odd because when I was in for my major surgery in 2021, they had it there as well. So it was like 2 years and 3 years between games, and they're back at the same stadium. But that's the CFL. They do what they want, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's they're surviving. Always seems like they're surviving.
Yeah, that's true. Well, listen, I want to get to playing one of your songs.
Oh, okay.
And one of the ones I picked, and I asked about Earth, Sky, Water Productions earlier.
Yes.
And the reason I did that was because I actually chose Earth, Sky, Water as one of the songs that I was going to put up here. And we're going to do that right now. So one thing I noticed about your stuff is you're very celestial.
Right.
A lot of your songs are celestial or nature in nature.
Yeah.
Nature
exactly.
in nature.
Yeah.
And what's the is that done on is that done
more of like I've had concepts, so I'm going to move into something else for my next album.
Yeah.
So I got the
any hints?
Yeah, I'll talk about it later.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen, why don't we put this on and give us a little background on Earth, Sky, Water?
Earth, Sky, Water was me and my friend Scott Hunter back at Eclipse 96, 97. Had this little melody. It's about the theme was but there's nothing left but the Earth, Sky, Water. One of those things where it's going to be a doomsday or the Earth is done, right? Mm-hmm. And then he helped me with the lyrics, and that's it. So it's really about the end of the Earth, Sky.
Okay, you're not a flat earther, are you?
No.
Okay, thanks.
Nothing. Not conspiracy.
Okay,
that's
good. All right, well let's spin it. And it's Earth, Sky, Water. And is this included on one of the albums as well? Did you include it on Satellite Cafe?
No, it's on Lost Paradise.
Oh, Lost Paradise.
Yes.
Okay, I think I wrote that down.
Yeah.
Did I?
And it's a single too.
I did.
First one.
Yeah, 2015 you released it, and then 2018.
On Earth Day.
Yeah. On Earth Day. Nice.
Yeah. Why not?
See, I missed that.
Yeah.
Wow. See, I like it. All right. Hey, listen. This is Rob Repos with Chris Curry. We're going to play Earth, Sky, Water off of his album Lost Paradise. And this is 4680Q. Heyo, Niagara. Thanks for tuning in.
I can reach out, but I can't touch. I can speak out, but it's not much. There's a time that waits for me
listening to Rob Repos and Chris Curry on 4680Q. Heyo, Niagara. That was Earth, Sky, Water. Chris Curry from Paradise
Lost
Paradise.
Lost Paradise. Hello.
Paradise Lost. I had,
Hello, folks.
had the other way around.
Or all the
Oh, good.
millions of people listening.
Yes.
Maybe
Millions of...
I'll get 5 more streams on Spotify. Or at least 1 more for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Actually, more than that, because I listened to it more than once. So, anyways, yeah, great tune. And thanks again for joining me.
Speaking of streams, just for a moment, for musicians out there, and I just thought I would tell you a little bit of stats about the music industry.
Absolutely.
So the recording industry of arts, they keep stats of revenues, streamings, and physical sales and all that stuff. So in 2022, their latest stats, we're looking at $14 billion in revenue in the U.S. Compared to in 1999, it was $22 billion, which a lot of that was physical sales, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So back in 2000 or 1999, roughly, you're looking at about 99% of physical sales. So today, the stream revenues take up 90% of the revenues. Physical sales are 10%.
Holy mackerel.
Or actually 11%. Half of that are albums, the other half are CDs, and there's a small percentage of cassettes or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
The albums have outsold CDs now by a fraction.
Amazing.
So yeah, that's the new world we live in. So the record companies, they don't have budgets for recordings anymore because they can't recoup their costs.
Yeah.
And now they have to do 365 deals, which they take merchandising, streaming, anything they can get, everything on a 50-50 deal. So that's the way that the music industry has gone in the last couple of 10 years.
And one stream on Spotify pays the artist
0.0045 cents.
So when I tell people, yeah, I made 36 cents last year,
Could have been 10,000, 20,000 streams.
you know,
You can. There's some artists I always look at how many monthly listeners they have, and I do the math. I go, they're still making 100,000 a year.
yeah.
Some of these artists, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've got a couple, right from here in Niagara that are, one right off the top of my head, Ashley Sienna, who's got 33 million.
That's excellent. Yeah.
Plays on one of her songs, and almost 1 million monthly listeners.
Yeah.
She's doing all right.
So there are companies out there that claim that you'll get spins, but they're just running it through a system where they have multiple computers spinning your songs. They're not real fans,
Right.
but it looks like you have all these fans,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So you want to build it organically to have
absolutely.
real listeners.
I think I have 7.
Yeah, I used to have, I think, 1,000 monthly listeners, and I got 3 now.
Wow.
Yeah. But I think I ran one of those ads,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I think they're just spun. These are all fake.
Well,
So that's,
hey,
anyways, just thought I'd put that out
I
there.
appreciate that. Yeah, that's what we're here for. What else you got on the music industry? Let's talk about Sessions. I watched a video called "Sessions on the River: 13 Years in the Making." I believe it was produced in 2021.
Yes.
Or
So
it was
we started
aired
in
in
2008.
Yeah.
So do the math. Yeah. 2021. Yeah. So I just thought I would show how we started, where we started from.
Yeah.
And then how it evolved, right?
Well, you've had some great artists in there.
Yeah. I always get that asked every time.
Yeah.
Who have you recorded? And I go, oh,
Oh my gosh.
I've done so many.
Well, you know what?
I can't think of one.
I know where they can find it.
Yes. You know where?
I know where. First of all, there's a plaque on your wall,
Yes.
but also at the end of this video, there's a whole list
yeah, that's
of
right.
all the artists it runs down. And the reason because I got to the end and I'm like, oh, this is cool. Hey, I wonder if my name's in there.
Yeah.
And so I waited for it to go, scroll down and go, oh, there I am.
Oh,
there I
yeah.
am. That's pretty cool. So,
Yeah.
so that's where they can go to find it.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
One of the places.
It's on YouTube.
Yeah.
13 years in the making, Sessions on the River.
Yeah.
And
It's
see
a
if your
great
name's
video.
up there.
and see if you're in there, because there's
And yeah, I did. I took one song out of not every band, but those are our shows.
Yeah.
So we could fill up, I don't know, 300-400 shows,
Yeah.
400 hours.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I remember, I don't know if it was just after COVID or just before, we were, Pappy John seemed to be in there almost every week. Was he doing a weekly
they were
show?
doing every other Sunday, so every 2 weeks.
Yeah, a great band.
Yeah.
Holy mackerel. But you've had tons. I mean,
Yeah.
like you say, you can't even begin to name them.
Right, and I brought a list just in case, but no one wants to hear all that list, so because I knew that question was going to be asked.
Yeah? Okay.
You recorded, and I could never think of I always think of the last one, but there was a few that that were memorable for sure. And there's, you know what?
When you say memorable,
I mean, I get off my seat and clap, and I don't do that very often.
okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's what we're here for. That's what inspires me, is original music. You get them on a platform to be discovered.
Yeah.
And that's where I think you have the same kind of vision too. I think this is what you're doing right now. Bringing in people, musicians,
Absolutely.
to let's talk about their story.
Yeah.
And let's get them discovered, right?
Yeah. And you know, when I first started back in the music industry, I started solely as a singer-songwriter, and that kind of blossomed from there into other things. But when I started out, I remember I had written One Tree Down, and Jill and Ryan had a showcase show, which was really a contest.
Right. Yeah.
And I went in and I entered my song, and you had to play it live, and like Jacob Moon was there, and Melissa Marie Schreiner, I believe, was one of the guest judges, and Ron Whitman. And anyways, I went and did that, and I came second, which is
that's really good.
well, there was 15 or 16 artists, so my first time ever doing anything like that. And then the following year, I think it was in March, we came out to Sessions, and they put on this huge charity event for the Aboriginal Community Center or something.
I remember that.
Fort Erie. And it was an all-day thing, and it was fantastic.
I love doing those.
Yeah, they're fantastic. But I mean, I have to credit Jill and Ryan for putting those things together and introducing me to that process. And I always make sure I mention them, because it was an important part of what I do. And from there, it blossomed beyond that. I started doing open mics, and then I started doing songwriter. I wanted to create a venue or a place where a songwriter can come, play their own music, get paid appropriately, and do it on a weekly basis. And we did that at the Vegan Hippie Chick until they just closed.
For
4 years.
Yeah, I did one show there. That was
did?
Great.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, Eric over at Taps here had asked me to come and do the same thing over here, and we did that for about 6 or 7 months, but it didn't have the same draw here in the falls.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, it started out great. We had really good nights, but then it just kind of tailed
that
off.
was well in the vegan hippie chick, right?
The Vegan Hippie Chick was, and it was phenomenal. But yeah, same vision, 100%. And I kind of, you and I talked, I don't know if it was you and I talked about it prior to going on the air, but I kind of got away from that for a while, because I started getting asked to do these cover gigs, but I always make sure I play a couple of my own songs. But I got away from writing. And I'm in a writer's block now, and definitely it's in my blood, and something that, there's so much great talent, right?
Yep.
You look around Niagara, we've got a ton of amazing talent.
Yep.
So we need to have a showcase for them.
And speaking of which, that's what we're doing every Saturday.
Yeah,
It's a Ready Rewind show.
good segue right there.
And it's an hour show, and we want to, showcase your music, original music, and talk about your story too. And it's not just about the music; it's about the story. So we have a host.
Yeah.
We have a couple interviews. It's a great exposure.
Yeah. Have you made a decision on hosts yet? I'm going to ask you that question, right?
Not really.
Okay.
But I am going to rotate them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's a great
I
idea.
think you're going to do some too. So
I would be totally honored.
Yeah,
for
sure.
I'd love to.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because I think
awesome.
you're in the same vision with helping support getting musicians or get them on a platform to be discovered. And at Sessions, we got everything. We have no excuses. We make the best albums on the planet.
Yeah.
We got the rooms, we got the acoustics, we got the mics, we got this fantastic board now. which is amazing.
I was going to ask you about that. Yeah.
Yeah, so we originally went to Memphis and got a System 2000 Euphonics, which was from California. And back then, that board recorded the Alanis Morissette's album, Jagged Pill.
No.
Then I went to Memphis, and they have B.B. King and a whole bunch of other artists that recorded on it.
Wow.
So it was going up for sale on eBay. And so I talked to him. I made him the offer. It was way below what he was asking.
Yeah.
So he called me up. We talked for an hour, and he goes, "You know what? After talking to you, and because this is the kind of board you just don't pick up, set it down, and plug it in.
No,
Okay?
I know. I've seen it.
It's
I know.
got towers. It's got power supplies. It's got patch bay.
How long did it take you to get it set up to use it?
Oh, a month.
Yeah.
And then I'm still learning how to use it. But it's a big analog board with digital recall.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it was a monster. Like we went to Memphis, we got in this U-Haul truck.
Yeah.
Because that's what it took, right? We pretty much took his whole studio.
Wow.
It was heavy.
Oh,
And it was
yeah.
a lot. And that board, it's $350,000 off the shelf, right?
Oh my gosh.
That's what they cost back then. So I have this board for a fraction of that. Like
Yeah.
I didn't pay anywhere close to that. But I wanted to get the sound, right? I want
Yeah.
musicians to get that great sound on a world-class board and bring
Yeah.
it to sessions. Unfortunately, it had power supply problems. So, and it's this big tower. And when you click the button, reach down, and you get this like little shock on your hand, right? So every time I go and turn that board on, I tap it and I hit it, and I'm just scared it's gonna blow up or something, right?
Oh.
So it's eventually it died. You click it and it kicks back on your hand, and you get this like blue spark out of it.
Wow. That's not good.
No,
Blue spark when you turn something on is not
unfortunately,
good.
my brother-in-law, he's DeVry Electronics. We ordered the parts, fixed it up. So this happened too many times, 2 or 3 times. I couldn't afford to have this board down, especially with live shows. Recordings, we can rebook it, right?
Yeah.
So we'll be down for a good week or two before we get up and going.
Okay.
So then we ended up getting the last Euphonics board that they ever made before Avid bought it. So we have a System 5 or Euphonics, System 5 Fusion, which is really amazing board. And that's what we have installed now. The other one's up for sale.
Yeah. Somebody wants to buy it.
Yeah, fraction of price. Give me a call.
Okay.
Pick it up and take it away.
You never know. You never know.
Yeah. So there's the story of the boards, and the
Yeah.
one we have now is the best one we've ever had in there. It's a beautiful board.
Wow. That's
And
phenomenal.
And the reason is we just want to have the best sound that we could produce for your album, for the streaming.
And let's talk about that because you have packages available.
Yeah.
But for the sessions that you're going to be doing for the showcase, what is the deal for the artists coming in?
So the deal is you get a high quality video and a multi-track recording mixed and mastered back to your video. So you get a $2,000 recording done basically for free. Yeah.
Okay.
And then we're trying to
Say that again. Oh, there she goes.
Oh, so we're basically you're getting a $2,000 video and audio recording for free.
Wow.
That's all. That's what we can offer. And if we can find out ways to generate revenue for the production crew, for the band, we're working on that as we go as well. So, yeah, it's a Ready Rolling Showcase. It's 1 hour. We host Saturday nights. We're filling up. We're booking into June right now.
Yeah.
When we don't have a band booked or there's a cancellation, we have a pop-up open mic. So every Saturday we'll have some kind of music or a showcase at sessions
Okay.
as well. Going back to what you were saying about you kind of lose. I lost my way as well, where
Yeah.
I wasn't promoting original music. We were doing tribute bands and cover bands, and which is great. It's great for the revenue for the bar, but it just seems like it wasn't really my passion to just. I felt like I was running a live venue in a bar where we have this amazing studio where we can help original artists with original music to get them on a platform.
Right.
And one of the things we want to do is not just go on YouTube or Facebook, but we're working on getting a Roku channel so that you can just click on your Roku TV,
Oh.
go to our station live at sessions,
Yeah.
and play it in your living room.
Okay. Cool.
And there's 100 million TVs in the USA, Roku TVs,
Yeah.
waiting to hear your music.
That's a great outlet.
Yeah. So
100%. Okay.
anywhere we can get eyeballs on original music artists, that's the goal.
Then
To get-
strictly original, right?
right, for sure. Yeah.
Right. And so how do they, so if a band wants to get on the show, what do they do?
They can message us on our Facebook
Yep.
page. Just
Okay.
hit the messenger button.
Yep.
Or email us at sessionsontheriver@gmail.com. Send us your music links. And we can have a look at it and go
Yeah.
from there.
There's one thing I find is I get a lot of messages. Hey, I'd like to get booked here because I do some bookings for, Butcher and Banker in Font Hill. I do the bookings for Tailgates Bar and Grill in Welland, and a lot of times people send me a message and says, "Hey, I'd like to get in there," and that's it. And now I
Right.
have to start going and doing the research and looking things up and trying to make sure I've got the right this and that. I always tell people, look, if that's something you want to do, get yourself, an EPK, an electronic press kit, put together a bio, get your social media links together, and have that ready so that we don't have to go on a wild goose chase
That's
looking for
right,
stuff,
yeah.
right? Because we're busy. You're a busy guy.
Yeah.
I'm a busy guy, and it's really important that people understand that it's nothing personal. It just makes our job a lot easier if we don't have to go on a wild goose chase looking for all your stuff. So.
One place musicians can go to is sonicbids.com, where they can upload their social media links, their music, their videos. I believe it's free, but it's a great source for us to look for bands, musicians in the area as well. So that's one of the most popular spots.
So it's Sonic Bits?
Bids. Sonic Bids, B-I-D-S.
Okay.
Sonic Bids. Check it out.
Yeah, see, I wasn't even aware of that.
It's a great platform
Yeah.
to find artists, and plus they get opportunities where people are looking for musicians to play at their venue. Mm-hmm. So there's offers all the time. You get emailed offers,
Oh,
and then you can apply for them.
excellent.
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of original music,
Okay.
why don't we play another one of your songs?
Excellent.
What do you think about that? All right. I think I chose Which Way to Fall.
Good
I believe.
choice. Good choice.
Good choice. Well, they're all good choices, Chris.
Yeah.
Give us a little background on Which Way to Fall.
So Which Way to Fall is, you have two choices, to fall forward or fall backwards.
Oh, nice.
So which way are you going to fall? And that's what it's about. Get up or stay down.
Get up or stay down.
Yep.
Wasn't Muhammad Ali said, it's not how hard you get hit. You got to make sure you get back up.
Yep.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So he's getting back up is the key, right?
I remember, if you have my son, he fell down and said, why do you fall, son? Why, Dad? So you learn to get back up. Right?
This is called Which Way to Fall by Chris Curry on Heyo, Niagara, 4680Q.
I don't really seem to care about it anymore. I don't really seem to think about it anymore. Don't you ever want to walk out to the morning? Rain keeps on going down, and I feel like I'm losing my way, and I don't know which way to fall. How far will you go? And do you know which way to fall? Transmissions, safe through space, sending information via satellite. Aren't you lonely? Aren't you tired? Aren't you for real? I feel that I'm losing my way, and I don't know which way to fall. How far will you go? And do you know which way to fall? Don't fall down now. Be proud and be proud. Be proud and be proud of who you are.
Which Way to Fall, Chris Curry on 4680Q, Heyo, Niagara. I'm here with Chris. We're talking about sessions on the river and the showcases that are up and coming. And so, Chris,
Hello, folks.
how's it going, man? What else have you got on the go right now? We obviously, we know we talked about the showcase. That's coming up. We've got. I will definitely accept a position graciously and with honor to be one of the hosts who take care of interviewing the bands,
Cool.
etc. And helping in any way I can, because
Awesome.
it's definitely something I love to do, and I think it's important. So
One thing I'm thinking of doing is a little crazy idea, though. So,
crazy's good.
So sometimes, it's hard to get people out, right? It's easy to get bands to play. Mm-hmm. It's hard to pay them, and it's hard to get people out to Fort Erie. The locals, right? There's 30,000 people. There's only
Right.
so much they can do. So
Sure.
if sessions is in Toronto or Hamilton, it'd be great
Absolutely.
for the live venue, right? Mm-hmm. Recording doesn't matter as much, but and the idea was to reduce the alcohol right down to cost. So $2.50 a drink, $3 a drink. Now I'm not trying to get everybody drunk or anything, but I want people to come out to music. How do we get them out? Cheap drinks. So we fill sessions up the river for a showcase, and if that's what it takes to get people through the doors, it's not really about the money; it's about the
Wow.
purpose. So that's one thing I'm contemplating of doing. If we don't get enough people in there, let's lower the prices.
Yeah. Well,
It's crazy, but
And another thing we can do is, I think it's really important, because I've had people come up to my show and really not do any social media. You need to let people know where you're going to be. That's the other thing. And it's important. Sometimes I think I do too much of it, but then again, I've got a lot going on. I've got, two venues that I take care of, plus I have my own personal shows, solo shows, plus I've got this show. Now I've got, sessions on the river as well that I definitely will help out with. But I think if you don't put enough of it out there, then people just forget about it. That's why I do a video right before we get started, because people will forget. Even though I put an ad out yesterday, they just forget about it, right? So I think that's another important thing for me when I do my stuff, is to make sure that people see it and know it's out there.
you're absolutely right. And I don't do enough social media. I haven't done enough in the last couple of years. So
How many videos do you have on YouTube?
oh
personally?
my lord, yes.
Not for sessions. I'm talking about you personally.
Oh, not very much. Not me. I don't have hardly any out there.
Sessions, though, I know there's.
But we could be respitting them. We could be telling more about what we do. People forget.
Absolutely.
People got things going on, and one of the things like, who won the Super Bowl last year? Oh, yeah, okay. I forget that too. Right?
Yeah.
So, little things
Who
like
won the
that.
Stanley Cup last year?
Exactly. I don't know. Wait a sec. Is it Colorado?
I don't know.
Exactly. That's the
I
whole
have
point.
no clue.
Exactly.
So there you go.
To remind people,
Yeah.
and that includes musicians too. Like, put your stuff out there. Get a habit. It becomes part of your routine.
Yeah. And to be fair, I don't have enough out there either. I mean, I've got my show now. I put this show on there. It's a podcast. Most of the time, like I was recording here, but the video stopped because that's why I'm doing this.
Right.
But the video stopped because the battery ran out.
Right.
Well, am I going to use half a video now? No, but I'm still going to put the podcast on, and I'll put photos and stuff like that.
Right.
Maybe some sections of video. But I need to do more of that as well. So.
That takes work though.
It
How long that probably take you 3 or 4 hours? 5 hours? Yeah.
Oh yeah, for
That's
sure.
something you just you have to piece it together and line up some of the audio or fix audio or
even just uploading it.
Yeah.
Even just uploading it takes
an hour,
time for it to get up there. So it's not a quick process. And
what I do is when I'm uploading or downloading videos or working on stuff, I go for a coffee or do something else, come back, check it, right?
Yeah. I do a lot of work on the laptop, so there's other things I can do while that's happening. But still, piecing it together, I use a video software program to edit and take out all the little blips and stupid things that happen. It doesn't happen quite as much anymore, but
There's a free video software called DaVinci.
Mm-hmm. I have heard of that.
Yeah, that's a really good program. That's what we use.
Yeah. All right. I want to make sure that I mention to everybody who's listening and who will be listening that I do have a YouTube channel, and I'd like you to make sure that you go there and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. If you actually go to a full screen video, there's a subscribe button in the bottom corner. So if you're watching a video, you can just go to full screen and hit the subscribe button. We are going to be adding a whole bunch of content. Obviously, the podcasts are on there now, but and this podcast will end up there as well once I get it all pieced together. It may take some time, but it will happen. I'm still working on one from 2 weeks ago. But and same thing with Sessions on the River.
Go back to, what's the name of the YouTube channel?
Sessions on the River.
No, for yours.
For mine, it's just Rob Repos.
Rob
If you
Repos.
look up Heyo Niagara,
Okay, so
it's there.
Rob Repos, Heyo Niagara on YouTube.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, thank you.
Yeah.
Chris, I appreciate you throwing that in there for me because I didn't really say it.
I
did
remember putting out ads and they go who, what, where, when, and I'm like, okay, I got to put who, what, where, when on everything I do.
Yes, absolutely. And in the video at the beginning, it will say as well, but I'll make sure, and I always post it on social media, let everybody know that it's there, so you can get out there and watch it when you have time, or listen to it in this case. And same thing, Sessions on the River. Go to the YouTube channel. Make sure you start following it. Hit the subscribe button because it's going to get wrapped up with the new showcases happening, and that's going to be going on every Saturday. This week, tonight actually, I am at the Butcher and Banker in Font Hill on Pelham Street, and I'll be there from 6 till 9 p.m. playing some tunes, cranking it up a little bit there for the dinner hours. And then on Saturday, I'm over at Taps Brew House, just around the corner from here, from 7 till 10 p.m. So make sure you get out to one and see me at one of those. Also, there's a live matinee happening Saturday afternoon, starting at 1:30. If you're somebody who goes out to our Saturday afternoon matinees at Tailgates Bar and Grill, see, I have so many. Mm-hmm. Tailgates Bar and Grill. The show starts at 1:30 tomorrow. There's going to be packed house because the Julia's Hope Cup is also happening, and that's a charity event. And there's 2 more bands going on, so there'll be music from 1:30 in the afternoon right through until probably midnight. So, but definitely come out to the Butcher and Banker tonight because it's going to be a blast. It's my first time there, and I'm looking forward to cranking it up.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Never heard of that place. But
they've been really good to me. Troy and Amanda there. Troy is the owner. Amanda is one of the managers there, and they welcomed me with open arms. And they're bringing in live music, which is fantastic. And it includes singer-songwriters. I bring some singer-songwriters in. I'm going to be there tonight. But yeah, they've been really good. The food is fantastic. I had a burger there a couple weeks ago. First time having a burger there, and it's one of those burgers where you don't need to put anything on it. You know what I mean?
Right.
You don't need that ketchup mustard thing. You just
Nice.
it was amazing. So, and the staff is phenomenal. So, I'll be there tonight from 6 till 9. And where are you going to be this weekend?
we are doing open mic at Sessions.
Okay.
Doors open 7, 8 to 11. Possibly live streaming as well. So come on out, sign up, play 3 songs.
That's Saturday?
This Saturday coming up.
Saturday night.
Yep. It's one of our pop-up ones because we haven't filled all the Saturday spots for the showcases.
Yeah.
We just started doing the show. Our first showcase was last week.
Mm-hmm.
But we are filling up again, March, April, May, June.
Okay.
So
Excellent.
if you're interested, give us a shout, email us, message us on Facebook, Sessions on the River. Send your links, all that stuff.
Good promo. Anything else you want to add?
I was going to, but it's a long conversation. So no, at
We've
this
got
point,
time. We have time. You got.
Well, it's okay. It's just it's one of those things where when you have a liquor license and we're the only ones that pay above retail. So a case of beer, we're paying $10 more than anybody else. In the States, they're paying wholesale. They're paying less.
Right.
This is unfortunate because it's hard for us to pay musicians what they're worth.
Right.
And I always feel like we're always underpaying because the amount of practice you have to do, carry your gear out, play, and then take it all down and do it all over again. So I get it, but it's hard to make it work for everyone. And that's a frustration that's my only frustration I have.
It's
not being able to pay what musicians are really worth.
And it's industry wide.
Yeah,
right.
Across the board.
Across the board, and it's. I feel the pain for sure.
And I'm trying to figure out ways how we can do that. So.
Yeah. Well, if anybody has any good ideas, send them along.
Yeah, maybe Roku might be the answer.
Yeah, but I mean, and for these showcases, you're giving something back, which is really super phenomenal.
Yeah.
And it's top quality production. So I think that's fantastic. Honestly, I really do.
Thanks.
I want to thank you again for joining me, Chris Curry from Sessions on the River. And don't forget, Paul K. Lemire comes up at noon here on 4680q.com. So make sure you stick around for that. I'm sure he's got something exciting that he's all over the board, but he's a fun guy to sit and talk to along with listen to. So make sure you tune into his show and make sure you check the 4680q website for all the podcasts that happen here at the station. Once again, my name is Rob Repos. We're going to go out on a song by Chris Curry called Stronger.
Cool.
Satellite Cafe.
Nice. And thanks for having me on, Rob. It's been an honor to be here. Talk about music. Talk about everything that's involved. And thanks for listening for everyone, millions of people online, and my 2 new streams. Thank you.
3. This will be 3.
3 streams now.
Yeah. No.
Thanks, folks.
All right. Thanks for listening, folks. This is called Stronger by Chris Curry. Make sure you get on and listen to some of the tunes, and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channels.
Time heals most things, not everything. It still remains in your mind. Time to take it back from your soul. It's a place where love grows, still remains in your eyes. Take me back to the place where I am stronger, where I belong. You are so beautiful to stand up strong. Put the past behind you. Take me to the river's flow, to that distant shoreline. Take me back to the place where I am stronger, where I belong. Take me